Alright, so I'm going to find the equivalent fractions to these and see if they match what you guys have, and hopefully this will allow us to start cooking. So I have 18/48 of a cup of shortening. I am not going to divide a cup into 48 pieces, so I'm going to find an equivalent fraction that makes it easier. Well, if I take 18/48, one thing I know is that 18 and 48 can both be divided by 6. So I'm going to divide both the numerator and denominator by 6. 18 divided by 6 is 3. 48 divided by 6 is 8. So this is 18/48. I can't measure that in my kitchen at all, but I can measure 3/8 of a cup. 15/30 of sugar, of a cup of sugar. 15/30. Well, 15 and 30 both divide by 5, and I like dividing by 5 because that's easy. 15 divided by 5 is 3, and 30 divided by 5 is 6. Well, I have 1/3 cups, but I don't have 1/6 cups. I don't think this fraction is in simplest form. But if I'm looking at it, and I think 3 and 6 are both divisible by 3. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to simplify this and find another equivalent fraction. 3 divided by 3 is 1. 6 divided by 3 is 2. So 15/30, 3/6, and 1/2, those are all equivalent fractions, but 1/2, I have that measuring cup. So I can put in 1/2 cup of sugar. Luckily, I only need 1 egg. I didn't want to have to be dividing an egg up. That's not easy. I have 9/24 of a teaspoon, TSP stands for teaspoon, of vanilla. 9/24. Well, I know that 9 can be divided by 3, and so can 24. So I'm going to divide it by 3. 9 divided by 3 is 3. 24 divided by 3 is 8. Oh, I can measure 3/8. So this is going to be 3/8 of a teaspoon. Now, 5/4 of a cup of flour. That is actually an improper fraction. Did anybody catch that? That is not something I can come up with I guess I could come up with an equivalent fraction, but it's actually improper because my numerator is bigger than my denominator. Let's come back to the flour later. We'll work on that in a moment. Let's move down to our baking powder. 8/16 of a teaspoon. Okay, 8/16. Well, I can divide both of those by 8. 8 divided by 8 is 1. 16 divided by 8 is 2. Oh, that's much easier. I only need half a teaspoon of baking powder. Let's do the last one. 6/12. Well, I can divide both 6 and 12 by 6. 6 divided by 6 is 1. 12 divided by 6 is 2. So again, that's only 1/2. Those measurements are so much easier to work with than those crazy measurements I had before. Now we need to deal with that 5/4 cup of flour. Well, it's an improper fraction because the numerator is bigger than the denominator. So to turn an improper fraction into a mixed number, I am going to do 5 divided by 4. How many 4s go into 5? 1. 4 times 1 is 4. Subtract. I get 1 left over. I have nothing else to bring down, so that's a remainder of 1. So how many full groups of 4 did I make? I made 1 full group of 4. I have 1 left over, so that's my numerator. My denominator stays the same. So I need 1 1/4 cup of flour. That is a much nicer number than 5/4. I think we're ready to cook.